Welcome to the first episode of our new series Dev Community App, a following series that will be containing podcasts, videos, blogs and many more features. But first thing first, on my desktop you may observe I have two different files. The first file contains all of the following colors, which will be a constant colors that we are going to use under our entire application, and the second one is about dimensions. These are some of the constant dimensions under height and width. The both of the files shall be available under the description box, so don't forget to grab both of the files. So here, if you observe, I have already created a new project of dev, and the following project is built over Flutter 2, that is Flutter new version. So if you have not updated your Flutter version to Flutter 2.0.1, kindly do that, cause we are going to include some of the features from Flutter 2.0. So if you have updated your Flutter version to the latest one, we are good to go. So if you observe on my browser, I have already set up a new Firebase project for my Flutter app, which is the dev app itself. That's because Firebase won't let you write a project name less than 4 words. But regardless of that, I have already created a new project of dev app. And if you need to learn how to create a new project from scratch over Firebase, kindly watch this video. In this video, I have explained everything that will be required for setting up your new project with your Flutter app. So if we are done that, we are good to go. So first thing first, I can simply set up a new sign-in method for today, which will be our Google sign-in itself. So we can simply enable our following Google sign-in, and also you should be simply support a new email to them, that is your default email. So here I will be simply saving up the following data from here. And you know what, we are also going to deploy a GitHub service, and for the GitHub service, if I open it, it will be requiring a client ID and also a client secret. And the following thing shall be done in our next tutorial, where we shall be creating a new OAuth project for our GitHub as well. And after having the following GitHub login, we are also going to deploy a Facebook login under our application. And if you observe here, it will be require an app ID and app secret as well. But let's keep the following thing aside and concentrate over our Google sign-in. So here I have enabled my Google sign-in, also given a following support email. We can simply do one thing. Go under the project settings, that is project setting from here, and here I will be simply downloading the following Google services.json file. So here once we have done this, we can simply move under dev, under Android and under app, and I will be simply pasting up my following file here. Alright, so once we have got our file under our project, we can simply move here, and here under my Android, under my build.gradle file, you may observe I have both of the plugins available for Android application and also Google services.json. You need to enable the following plugins, and once we have done this, we can also do one thing, change the minimum SDK version to almost 20, and also enable the Dalvik version of our application. So for that purpose, I will be simply writing enable multidesk, that is enabled to be true. So once we have configured both of the plugins here, you can simply move under our project level build.gradle file, and here you need to add the following class path of Google services.json file, which is this file itself. So now what we can really do is open our emulator and start off creating our new project, that is our dev community app. But before that, if you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe. This channel shall provide you all the premium and best content over project level building of Flutter. I will be teaching you everything about Flutter, Dart and Firebase. So if you are new here, consider subscribing, and also don't forget to press that bell icon to never miss any new video. Alright, so now I will be really doing one thing, move under my command line, that is terminal itself, and open up my Android emulator. Alright, so this is the following command to open your emulator from your terminal. Easy, we have got our new emulator up and running. So let's minimize everything from here, let's set it up here. Alright, so now what we can really do is move under my entire project folder, minimize this up, and here you may observe I have my asset folder. The following asset folder consists of 3 different folders of animations, fonts and also images. You will be getting all of the following assets from the following description box. Don't forget to get all of the following assets, so we will be building our project on a same boat. And also I will be creating a different project structure under our library. So here I will be creating 3 different main folders for an app and also for a core. After having the following core, I shall be also getting a new folder of meta. So once we have built up the following folders, under my applications, I will be creating a new file of constants. The following constants shall be consisting of all the minimal things under our application. So here I will be creating one more folder for all the routes, and after having the following thing, I will also get a new folder for the provider. So here let's have the provider itself. So now we can simply drag and drop our both of the files under our constant folder. Easy, we have got both of the following files here of colors and also of dimensions. So once we have gotten both of the files, we are good to go. We can simply press F5 and run the following application from here. The following build might take some time because we are loading up our application for the first time. So I will see you in 5 to 6 minutes. Goodbye.
A few moments later.
Alrighty, welcome back. So while you were gone, I made a couple of changes. I removed the boilerplate code that Flutter uses, and if you see my perspec.yaml file, I have added certain dependencies which will be necessary for us into phase 1 of Dev community app, and also I have added somewhat fonts and also somewhat images. Now I am telling you again and again, you will be getting all of the following assets under the description box. Don't forget to check them out. We can move under our main.dart file and give our material app a new home, call it is homeless. Alright, a bad joke. So now we can go under our project folder, and under our meta, under our views, we shall be creating a new view for our login. So here let's create a new folder of login view. I will be creating separate folder for all the views, cause along with the following view we shall be also requiring the widgets for a particular folder, and we shall be carrying out all the widgets under a separate file so that our code will be more manageable and easy to view. So here under our login view, let's create a new file, and once we have created the following file, let's create one more file for its widgets. So under our login view, we shall be creating a new stateless widget. So here we can type STL for generating a boilerplate code of stateless widget, and here let's have a new view to it of login view. Under this, let's have a scaffold instead of having a container. And now let's move under our main.dart file, and here let's have a new home to our material app. So here before the following theme, I shall be simply giving it a new home, and under a case of home, let's have a login view for now. Easy, format document once. Cool. So now let's try one thing, that is reload our entire application once. So we shall be doing one thing, that is move under our login view, and here we simply have a new scaffold, but we need a view. So first thing first, we shall be doing one thing, that is have a background color. Now you know what, for the background color we shall be taking help from our colors file. Under our colors files, you can see all of the following data. We can do one thing, remove the following class so that the following thing will be more manageable. Cool. So format document once, and we are good to go. So we can close this up, and under our background color, we can simply have a background color, that is the following color. Let's check it up. Easy, we have got our new color here. So now we shall be doing one thing, that is having a new app bar to our entire login view. But you know what, we shall be creating a common widget for all the app bars available under our entire application. So for that purpose, we can go under the widgets file, that is the widgets folder, under our meta, and under our widgets folder, let's create a new file for app bar .dart. The following app bar shall be common in between all of the following pages, that is views of our entire Dev community app. So here under a following app bar, we shall be creating a new widget named as app bar. Let's import the following widget first. Cool. So under the following app bar, we shall be having a return statement. We shall be throwing us a new app bar. So under the following app bar, first we shall be required all of the following parameters, and the parameter shall be a leading widget, and after that we shall be also requiring a title, not title spacing but title, and after having the following title and actions as well. So now to make the following thing happen, we can go at the top, and here we can have a required parameters for our entire app bar. So first thing first, you can simply add here a required flag. Let's import the following required flag, and here I shall be simply having a new string under the case of title, which will be a title text. So once we have done this, we shall be also required a new parameter of a widget. So here let's have a new widget of leading widget, and after that we shall be also requiring a list of all the widgets under a case of actions. So here let's have actions as well, format document once, and now we can go at the bottom, and here under a case of leading I can have a new text. Under the following text, we can simply have a title text to be the following text. We can copy the following text from here and paste it under a title, but under a case of our leading widget, we shall be having a leading widget, and here under the case of actions, let's have all the actions, format document first. Now this shall be the entire thing that we will be requiring in our entire application. So now what we can really do is have somewhat styling to our entire text. So now let's move under our login view, and here let's have the following flag of an app bar. So here we shall be requiring a title text, but it shall be empty for now, and also under the case of leading widget it shall be null. But here under the case of actions we shall be having a list of all the actions. So here under the case of actions, for now we shall be only having a icon button for simply navigating to the original page of our application. So here let's have a new icon, and here we shall be also requiring a non-press property which shall be null for now. So here let's have a null flag, but here you can see we are getting an error. No worries, we shall be reloading our entire application once and the error will be gone. Cool, so we have our new app bar here, also the following close button. So here let's do one thing, have a color to it. So here under color I shall be simply having an yellow color. Format document once. Let's go back under our app bar, and to our app bar let's have somewhat background color of background color. Format document first. Cool, so now we can go back under our login view, and after having the following app bar we shall be requiring the body of our entire application, that is our login view. So for having body I can be simply writing a body as in a form of a list view. So here let's have a new list view to our body, but you know what, I shall be creating a different method, that is a widget, for simply asserting our entire body so that we can debug our application necessarily. So here let's have a new widget of body. So here under this case it shall be returning us an entire list view. So here let's have return a list view, but you know what, instead of list view we can also have a column so that we shall be getting all the alignments property. So here first of all let's have a main axis alignment for main axis alignment of end, and also under a case of cross axis alignment let's have cross axis alignment from center. Under this text I shall be simply writing, let's have somewhat styling to it, body, and here let's return a body itself. Let's check it up. Cool, so now let's do one thing, have somewhat color to it of white color. Cool, so we have our new text here of dev community. So after having the following text we shall be also requiring one more text, that is a text widget. So here under this text widget we shall be simply having a new rich text for simply counting all of the users that are available under our entire application. But you know what, the following process of counting the users shall be asynchronous, and it comes under a new service for our application, so that the following widget shall be counting the entire number of users that are available under our entire dev community app. Now here to make the following service happen, we can go under our entire core folder, and under our view models we shall be creating a new view model. So here let's have a new view model of login. So here under our login view model let's have a new class of login view model, and here the following class shall be extending with change notifier, because we are using provider as a main state management tool of our entire application. So here under our following login view model we shall be simply creating a new widget for simply counting the number of users available under our entire application. So for now I shall be simply having integer of number of users, and the following thing will be 0 by default. So here to count off the everything we shall be creating a new widget, and here under the following widget we shall be simply returning a new rich text. So here let's have a rich text. So here under a rich text let's have a text under a form of a text span. So here first of all let's have a new text of dev community. Let's have somewhat styling to it. After having styling let's have all the children under a form of a text span. So here let's have a new text span, and here under the case of the following text span we shall be having a new widget of text span, and here let's have a new text, and the text shall be nothing but simply is a community of the following number of users, that is number, that is count number of users. So here let's have number of users, not users but simply devs, easy thing. Let's have somewhat styling to it as well. Format document once, and we are now good to go. So we can really do one thing, that is copy the entire widget from here, and we can go under our entire login view widgets and simply paste on the following widgets here. Let's import everything that will be necessary, and now we can simply pass on the parameter of int users, and we can copy the following thing and paste it here. Now format document once, and we are good to go. So now let's go back under our login view, and here we can remove of the following text, and here I can simply say count number of users, that is the following widget, and here under the case of users we shall be simply asserting the user data from our login view model. So for that first of all I shall be simply passing on login view model under the case of login view model, and here I shall be simply writing login view model dot number of users. Easy thing. So now once we have done the following changes, we can simply do one thing, that is remove the scaffold from here, and instead of this we shall be having a new consumer. So under the case of consumer, first of all it shall be requiring a type, and the type shall be a login view model. So here under the case of builder, it shall be taking 3 different parameters. So first of all it shall be requiring a context of our current class, and also a model from which we are getting all of our values, and also a new child. So here format document first. Cool. So now under the following return statement of our entire builder, we shall be simply returning the entire scaffold that we have copied, and here under the case of body, we shall be simply passing on the entire model. Easy peasy. So once we have done this, we can go back, and after pressing Ctrl and S, we may get error because the following login view model is not initialized yet. So for that purpose, we can go under our entire app folder under our providers and create a new file for all the providers. So here first of all we shall be getting of all the providers available under our entire application. So here first of all I can simply say a single child widget, and here it shall be taking up the entire providers that are available under our entire application. So here we under our entire application, that will be certainly 2 type of providers. First of all there will be remote providers which will be independent of everything. So here let's have independent, and the next type of providers that will be required are the local providers. Now the local provider shall be depending on the next provider, that is they are going to be type of a proxy provider. So here first of all we shall be simply having a following list of child of providers. So here let's based on that, and here I can be simply writing remote providers, and under the form of remote providers, that is they are independent, we shall be simply writing a change notifier provider, and here under the case of create value, we shall be simply creating a value of our login view model. Format document once, and once we have done this, we can simply indicate the following line to the following main list of providers, that is all of the remote providers. Format document first. Cool. So now once we have done this, let's load our entire application once. Cool. So once we have done this, we can go back under our main.dart file, and here instead of returning an entire material app, we shall be simply returning a multi-provider. So here under the case of multi-provider, first of all let's have a new child to be the entire thing that we have copied, and also we shall be simply importing the following providers from our providers file. So format document once and add a semicolon. Cool. So now let's go back under our login view, and here under our login view we are getting the following thing here, but we need somewhat spacing between our rich text. So here let's have a new rich text spacing. We can go back under our login view, and after having the following count number of users thing, we shall be requiring a button, a common button for showing all of the actions over authentication, that is auth buttons over Facebook, GitHub and Google. So for doing that thing, we can go back under our widgets, and here create a common widget for simply getting all of the buttons. So here I shall be creating a new widget which shall be nothing but auth buttons, and here under the case of auth buttons, it shall be requiring certain parameters. So first thing first, we can go under the curly braces, and it shall be requiring a required parameter of a string, and the string shall be nothing but auth provider, and after having this thing, it shall be also requiring an icon data. So here let's have required icon data to be icon data, and after that it shall be requiring a color as well. So here let's have a new required of a color to be color, and once everything is done, it shall be also required a function of simply on pressing over it. So here let's have a new required to be a function of on pressed. Easy on pressed. Format document first. So once we have provided all of the following parameters that are required, I shall be simply returning a new gesture detector, and here on tapping over it, alright, on tapping over it, it shall be doing nothing but simply asserting of on pressed value. So after having this thing, let's have a new child to be a new container, and under the following container, first of all let's have a decoration of a box decoration, and here let's have a border radius. First thing first, to be a border radius of circular, and circular I mean for 4, and after that let's have a new color under case of color. So once we have done with our decoration, we can come down, and here we shall be simply having a new child, a row, and here under the following row, first of all let's have main axis alignment under a center, and after that let's have all the children. So under the children I shall be having a new icon. The icon shall be nothing but simply the icon data itself, and after that let's have a color for it. The color shall be default by white, so here let's have a white color. After that let's have somewhat horizontal spacing between them, and the following spacing is simply imported if I go to definition from our file of dimensions that you will be getting from a description box. So here after having the following horizontal size box 1, we shall be having a new text of sign up with the following provider. So here let's have auth provider. We shall be requiring somewhat styling to it. So format document once, and now we are good to go. So now let's try it out. But before trying it out, we can simply do one thing, that is to our entire container. We shall give it somewhat padding from horizontal. So here let's have horizontal from symmetric, and here we shall be requiring a horizontal padding of 60. Format document once, and now let's go under our login view, and after having the following count number of users thing, first of all let's have somewhat vertical spacing of size 3, and after that we shall be requiring an auth button. So here first of all we shall be requiring a text of auth provider, that shall be Facebook, and after that we shall be requiring an icon data, and icon data shall be from font awesome icons dot Facebook, and here under the case of color we shall be simply having a new color. So here let's have a new colors dot blue accent, and here on pressing over it nothing shall be happening for now. Alright, so we have our new button here. We can go back under our entire login view widgets, and here we can have somewhat padding to our entire row. So here let's have padding. Cool, so we have our nice looking button here. So let's go back under our login view, and now first thing first, we shall be having somewhat spacing between a size 1. So here I can be simply copying the following pattern and paste. So remove the following size box from down. So here I shall be having a GitHub, and after this I shall be having a Google, but here let's have Google. Alright, Google one, and here let's have a red accent color. Let's go at the top, and under the case of GitHub we shall be having a GitHub icon, and here under the case of color I can simply have color of background faint. Format document once, and now let's check it under action. So we have all of our nice looking buttons here. So after having all of the following buttons under our body, we shall be requiring a nice looking image. So here for that purpose let's have somewhat spacing of size 3, and after that we shall be requiring a new container for simply carrying out our entire image. So here first thing first, let's have somewhat static image of 400, and here let's have a decoration for a box decoration. So under the case of box decoration I shall be having a new image as in the form of a decoration image, and here let's have a new image, and under the case of this image I shall be having an asset image for now, and here let's have a new part to it. So here let's have part to be assets of images / auth.png. Format document first. Once we have done this, we shall be also requiring some fit to it. So here let's have a new fit. I shall be having a new fit of box fit of cover. Format document once, and also let's have somewhat height to be 300. Format document once, and now let's check it under action. So after having the following container, we shall be requiring a bottom container for simply showing up all the available icons under our entire dynamic links. So for that purpose let's have a new container, and here for having the following container let's have a new child to be a row. So here let's have a new row. It will be having a main axis alignment for main axis alignment of space evenly, and here let's have all the children. So under the case of children it shall be simply having an icon button. So here let's have an icon button having an icon. So here let's have icon from font awesome icons dot Twitter. Yes, the first one will be Twitter, and here on pressing over it nothing shall be happening for now. So let's make it empty. So let's go back under our Twitter thing, and let's have a color of white color. Format document first. So now go at the top, and here under case of decoration let's have box decoration. It will be having a color of dark color, and after that it shall be also requiring some width of 400 and also a height of 70. Format document once, and now let's check it up. Cool, so we have our new container here. So now I shall be simply copying up the following icon button and paste it 4 times. Format document first, and now let's change the following icons also. Cool, so we have changed all of our icons, our entire screen is looking more awesome. But you know what, we need to do one change, that is go under our entire widgets, and here we shall be having somewhat different color. So here let's have a color of lesser shade of 300 I guess, or more one of shade of 500. It's always about trial and error. Cool, it is looking more awesome. So in this way we have simply constructed our entire login view of our application, which is looking more awesome. But you know what, the following tutorial's length is gone quite long. So in the next tutorial we shall be adding functionality over the following buttons, and also we shall be counting up the entire number of users available under our code base based on the following registration of the user. So till then, if you have loved this tutorial and if you are interested in the following tutorial series where I will be explaining everything step by step, you should be subscribing to this channel, because I will be providing daily new features over Flutter, Dart and Firebase. Don't forget to join me over my Instagram, where I shall be posting daily news snippets over Flutter, Dart and Firebase. Till then, I will see you in the next episode of our Dev Community app. Till then, have a good day. Goodbye.